What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Thank you for watching. Today we have a rifle that has been out for quite a long time now, and I've always wanted to try one, but I've never gotten the opportunity. Well, today's the day. This is the IWI Tavor X95, or as I like to call it, the Hebrew hammer. So we just did a video on the Steyr AUG, which was the first bullpup to ever see combat. The Tavor X95 is kind of the modern version of a military bullpup rifle. It was first issued to the IDF in 2009, and I believe it is still used by the Israelis today. With everything going on in the world right now, without getting political, I thought it was the right time to give this rifle a video. Although I will say, I've seen probably a dozen videos from that conflict, and I have not seen one single Tavor. It's mostly M4s, to be honest. Not sure why, but it's interesting. So let me know in the comments if the Israelis do still use the Tavor. I assume there's certain units that do, and others that don't. So the Tavor X95 is a bullpup rifle. If you don't know what a bullpup is, it basically just means that the magazine, ejection port, and barrel all start behind the grip rather than in front of it like an AR-15 or something like that, which allows you to have a full-length barrel and all the benefits that come with it, velocity, terminal ballistics, legality, etc., while having a much shorter overall length than a normal rifle would be. Again, the X95 was first issued to the IDF in 2009. The original Tavor was 2006, I believe, and I've never shot either one of them, so let's change that. So the operation of the Tavor X95 is very interesting. It's probably one of the best bullpup designs I've seen so far. It takes AR mags, which is sweet, and all the controls are fully ambidextrous. Magazine releases on both sides, the safety and charging handle can be easily swapped, and the bolt release is right here on the bottom. So you can easily get to that from either side as well. I thought the ejection port could be easily swapped, but it turns out you have to send it in for that upgrade. So once again, we will be shooting right-handed, which I suck at. And that's probably my main complaint with all bullpups, is because they eject so far back, you can't shoot them from either side like you can with a regular rifle. But let's try it. Very first magazine, let's see how it feels. It feels incredible. The only thing I don't like is you have to get really far down on the buttstock to see through the optic. This is a lower 1/3 EOTech, and it still doesn't feel tall enough, but it shoots amazing. Let's put some on the rubber dummy. Now, before I turned the camera on, I just bore-sighted this rifle with a laser because I wanted the first shots to be on camera. So let's actually zero this thing and then shoot a little group to test the accuracy of the Tavor X95. Kind of tough to see the target with the sun right in my face, but we'll try it. Hit the steel behind it. Let's check it out. And you can see on the infinity target where all those bullets went. So these over here are from the first shots I took, just trying to see where the optic was at. I adjusted it a little bit and they came over here to the left. Maybe a little too far left. We have one flyer right there. But other than that, it's probably under 2 inches at 50 yards. So not incredible, but for resting it on a beanbag with the sun right in my face, not bad. But it is still slightly to the left, so we'll spray paint it, make an adjustment, and shoot one more group. But first, I want to thank Infinity Targets, who is actually sponsoring today's video. So when I'm not shooting steel, these are by far my favorite target. It is a self-healing rubber target that can take up to 110 rounds per square inch. So I could shoot this Tavor 110 times within a 1-inch group, and the rubber would still hold up, and it will continue to self-heal with calibers all the way up to the 50 BMG. They're much lighter weight than steel plates, which make them a lot more portable. They will fit most common target stands, and as you saw, when bullets hit these targets, it leaves a pretty big mark, so you can see exactly where your rounds are going. And because it is a self-healing rubber target, the bullets pass completely through, which means you can shoot these targets at close range without worrying about ricochets. The possibilities with these things are endless. Training, CQB, long-range target shooting, the list goes on. So check them out. Infinity Targets from Infinite Defense. There will be a link in the description box below, and the discount code is OneShot15. And thank you to Infinity Targets for sponsoring today's video. All right, little adjustment to the right. Do 4 clicks. Let's see where that puts us. I can see the muzzle blast shaking the camera. Let's check it out. All right, it looks like we are good to go. I was aiming slightly below the center of this box because that's where the gun was naturally resting. You can see we have 2 bullets pretty much in the exact same hole, and then the other one probably 3/4 of an inch below it. So for 50 yards, that looks good to me. If you do your part, it looks like the Tavor is a very accurate rifle. All right, we have finally arrived to the inevitable portion of every video where we shoot pointless targets with really cool guns. The first one we have is colored Halloween hairspray. And I actually got these for the Halloween video that we did a few days ago, but I never got around to it. So we're gonna try them today, and I just wanna see how colorful they are when you explode them with a bullet. Let's do it. This probably won't be quite as cool as I'm hoping, but I'll try it anyway. Not bad. I want to do something different with the last one. Firebird target. I'm probably a little closer than I should be, but let's try it. Damn! Went straight through it and nothing happened. All right, I feel a little sketchy picking this thing up right now, but you can see there's a bullet hole going right through the middle of that Firebird target and nothing happened. And I've shot these with the 5.56 quite a bit and they usually go off. Weird. I'm dropping that. Next up, we are about to get real scientific and give the Tavor the peanut butter penetration test. Because when you have the service rifle of a nation involved in one of the nastiest conflicts on the planet, what's most important is how much peanut butter can your rifle get through. Now, the truth is I've had this stuff in my truck for like 3 months and I just want to get rid of it. So we're gonna hit it with the 5.56 and see how many it goes through. If we can even keep it in the peanut butter. I get at the right angle here. I literally just took a peanut butter cap right to the head. It smells good. All right, so I did this same test with a 58 caliber air gun a few months back, and it was a very different result. That was absolutely incredible. You can see on the ground here, I assume that was probably the first peanut butter jar because it is just absolutely obliterated. I really don't know if that's the entrance hole or the exit hole, because the whole thing is just blown apart. That definitely took 90% of that bullet's energy. And then I assume this is either number 2 or 3, but you can actually see the bullet hole in that one right there towards the bottom. And I'll have to wipe that off. I'm not sure if there's an exit hole on that one or not. And we have another one over here. Okay, so I would say this is number 2 because it's also pretty jacked up. It's definitely not as bad as the first one, but there is quite a bit of damage, and it looks like there's an entrance hole right there, sideways entrance hole, so the bullet was either tumbling or breaking apart, and an exit hole right there. So I just wiped this one off, and there's an entrance hole right there, and there is an exit hole on the back. Okay, so after watching the slow-mo footage back, I was actually wrong. The one that is the most exploded, laying on the ground right there, was actually jar number 2. So it went through the first one, just hole punched it basically, and when it hit that second one, it just obliterated it. And then this one over here with the keyholes in it was actually jar number 3. So it looks like it went through number 1, probably started tumbling and doing some crazy stuff, exploded number 2, by far the most dramatic, and then by the time it hit number 3, it was keyholing, and it looks like it kind of curved and exited out the side. So I don't think we actually captured the bullet in our peanut butter, because this is jar number 4 and there are no holes anywhere on this one. But I can't say I'm surprised. When you have a bullet that's going over 3,000 feet per second, they tend to do crazy things when they hit targets like this. But it went through 3, that's for sure. And compared to the air gun that we shot a few months back, this was far more dramatic. I think that one just went pretty straight, probably through 5 or 6 jars of peanut butter, and did some damage, but it did not explode the peanut butter jars like the 5.56 did. That was crazy. All right, let's finish her off with a couple shaving cream cans. Yeah. Shaving cream always makes the biggest mess, but it's so much fun to shoot, it's worth it. All right, guys, that is gonna conclude our video on the IWI Tavor X95. Like I said earlier, I've shot quite a few bullpups at this point, and the Tavor might not have the history that some of the others do. But as far as just shooting the gun, this is probably my favorite one that I've tried so far. It's definitely the most practical. So, awesome gun. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, I would be glad to hear from you. If you liked the video, please hit the like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.